What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. Today we're doing an update on an old McDonald's McGriddle sandwich recipe. I made this a few years back, and today we're gonna make it not only good, but good for you. Check out the blimp right there. The game's about to kick off down the street at Hard Rock Stadium. Let's have some breakfast. Let's go. For the first 5 years of my YouTube channel, I focused on making easy recipes that taste great, but I never considered if they were great for you. That being so, I have all these old recipes that need some tweaking, like an update. Think computer update. When your computer starts running slow and sluggish, you get an update and it runs much smoother and more efficiently. My goal now is to update these recipes so they not only taste great, but they're great for you. Let's start the update. What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. Today we're gonna make a flapjack sandwich. It's not a McGriddle, okay? McDonald's does not have a Blackstone. So I've got 5 eggs here. Next up, Jimmy Dean pork sausage. And you pack it down just like that. Next up, we got some buttermilk pancakes, maple syrup, and just a little bit. Hoo-wee! Oh my God. All right, here we go. 4 simple ingredients. Birch Bender's complete pancake and waffle mix, keto friendly. We've got some raw honey, Argenio's regular fresh turkey sausage, some parchment paper, trust me, you're gonna need this, cage-free eggs, and finally our silicone egg ring from Blackstone. This thing is awesome, very sturdy. Let's get out to the prep. All right, using our leftover turkey sausage. I had this frozen. I thawed it out about 75%, still a little frozen in the middle. Should have probably left it a little bit longer thawing, but I didn't. So we're just going to make kind of like hamburgers, really, with these patties. I know they're sausage patties, but these, since they don't have a lot of fat in them, like a regular sausage, you want to make them bigger than the egg rings. Probably about 25% bigger because they are going to shrink down. And there's a tip to prevent them from shrinking too much, and we'll get to that when we get out to the griddle. But basically just form them into a patty, and then I have a special little trick here where I fold up the parchment paper for easy transportation. Trust me, this parchment paper helps because those things get messy. Ready to go. So next up is our eggs. We've got 4 eggs here, and we are just going to use the egg whites for this recipe. So you just want to go back and forth with these in the shell. You can see they're separated. Spilled a little bit. Sorry about that. And then just toss the yolks, or you can reuse them for something else. And then we put in a little bit of milk, a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic, and give them a good whisk. Go fast here for you. So a little tip here, the more you whisk them, the fluffier they're going to be, which is great. So that's what they look like. And then next up is our Birch Bender's keto-friendly pancake mix. This is my first time using this. I just followed the instructions, which is 1 cup of the mix and 1/2 cup water. And then you just give it a good stir, or whisk, if you will. Make sure you whisk it real good so get all those lumps out. And that's it. We head out to the cook. All right, here's the tip for cooking turkey sausage. Don't cook them at a high temperature. If you do, they will shrink up faster. So you want to be 325 to 350. Give them a flip here. You're not going to get that Maillard reaction right away because we're at a lower temperature, but they won't shrink as much as if you cook them on a high temp. And then leave them alone. The Birch Bender's pancake mix, pouring them in. You can see they're a little thick here. I should have put a little more water. I do on the last 2. You don't see it, but I did. And then you can see how they're coming out much smoother. So even though the recipe says 1/2 cup of water, I'd probably go 3/4 cup, and they would look more like this. So just a little tip there. All right, time for the honey. This is my favorite part. So very simple. You just drizzle a little bit of honey on each one, and it really offsets the turkey sausage, the sweetness and the saltiness, and it came out really good. So continue flipping the sausage, and then you'll see that one breaks up a little bit there, but no big deal. It's going on a sandwich. But yeah, you can see them starting to come up, the juices. That's good, but they're not really shrinking, which is great. That's what we're worried about. And just kind of move them around, little griddle management here. And then a couple minutes later, flip them again. Now you can see that Maillard reaction coming through. That's all flavor. First one's great. The second one broken, but it still has that Maillard reaction. And then the third one has it as well. So that's where we're going to get it. Now, here's where I learned something else with these pancakes. I was waiting for them to start bubbling up like regular pancakes. They did not. And then finally I flipped them, and you can see they're a little dark. So don't wait for the bubbles. It's not going to happen. Just flip them after a minute or so, whenever they're set up, you'll get a much better result. They still tasted great, but they did get a little dark. For the sausage, you want to be at 165. The first one is definitely there, so we move that over to the cool zone, but the other two have a little bit to go. The pancakes, I get those off as well because they're done. Move them over. Then we check the sausage again, and sure enough, they're at 165. Time to take them off. And then, as always, we're going to clean up the griddle for the eggs because we want our eggs looking nice. So here we go. We're going to put down a little more avocado oil for the eggs. Spread it out. And then put our silicone egg ring on. And this thing is awesome. It's really heavy duty, so the eggs don't go everywhere when you pour them in like some of the other ones that I've used. This one I do like a lot. So here we go. Just fill them up as evenly as you can. Pretty slow, so they do not go all over the place. And then leave them in there till they set up after about a minute or so. This is on pretty low heat too, about 350. And then lift them up. You can see very minimal eggs running over. After literally like a minute, go ahead and flip them, and you can see nice and done on the one side. Does not take long to get them done on the other side. And then we're going to go ahead and move to building. So everything is done now. Griddle is off. We've got our cutting board up there so we can build these McGriddles. Pancakes first, then the eggs, then the turkey sausage, then the last pancake on top. Turn them to where they look pretty. A little close up. Look at them. They look awesome. I am ready. Let's go check them out. Woo-wee! Ha ha! Man, that was awesome. I can't wait. Blimp's still flying. Getting ready to kick off. Let me hurry up. All right, they look great. I'll give you a quick close-up. They came together nicely. Got to be careful. Those pancakes will burn quick. As you can see, they didn't burn, but they got pretty dark, So here we go. I'm going to give it a shot. I'll just grab the one in the middle. Looks as good as any. Looks awesome. Oh my God. That is delicious. You can really taste that honey, that sweet factor, offsetting that salty sausage. Oh my God, it was delicious. All right, we know it tastes great. Let's go check out the stats. All right, how about that for an updated recipe? Let me tell you, that was a lot of fun. I was a little concerned that it was not going to taste as good as the original because the original was awesome. But this tasted just as good, if not better. And starting off with that Birch Bender's pancake mix, came out great. Learned a little something about making them, so glad I'm able to pass that on. And then also that turkey sausage, awesome as usual. And then the sweetness of the honey balanced out the saltiness of the sausage, and it came out awesome. Now we know it tastes great. Let's see if it's great for you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, starting off with the saturated fat. We took it from 9 1/4 down to 3.5, 5 3/4 less grams of saturated fat, or 62% less saturated fat. That's awesome. Moving on to the fiber, we took that from 1.5 grams up to 9, all because of that Birch Bender's pancake mix. 7.5 more grams of fiber, or 500% more fiber. And of course, that helped out our net carbs, bringing it from 73.5 down to 28 net carbs, 45.5 less grams of net carbs, or 62% less. Moving on to our sodium, we went from 1105 down to 495. That's 610 less milligrams of sodium, or 55% less sodium. And then finally our cholesterol. We took it from 211 down to 75, all because of swapping out the egg whites for the eggs. And that's 136 less milligrams of cholesterol, or 65% less cholesterol. Let me tell you, this recipe tastes great, and obviously it's great for you. I will call this an updated recipe. Everybody, thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, and we'll keep on cooking. Big Cat out.